Today's Fast Blast is about what I'd argue is the number one relationship superpower. At work, at home, and everywhere in between. It's a principle we explore much more deeply in BetterCulture's signature 20 Tenets of Culture framework. This one is Tenet Number 3, and we call it Assume Positive Intent.
Welcome to the BetterCulture Podcast, where we make the clear connection between better culture and better business. This podcast is for leaders who want to build stronger teams, drive thriving companies, and enjoy your leadership role along the way. Now here's your host, Brett Hogeveen, a leadership and culture aficionado, keynote speaker, and co-founder of BetterCulture.
Have you noticed how fast we jump to conclusions about other people? Someone cuts you off in traffic? They're a jerk. A friend doesn't invite you to something? They must be upset with you. A coworker sends a short email? Wow, attitude much? In seconds, we assign motive. And in doing so, we raise our stress, damage relationships, and very often, get it wrong. What if one simple habit could change all of that? This is a BetterCulture Fast Blast episode, a blast of practical leadership insights designed to get in, get useful, and get out, usually in 12 minutes or less. Today's Fast Blast is about what I'd argue is the number one relationship superpower, at work, at home, and everywhere in between. It's a principle we explore much more deeply in BetterCulture's signature 20 Tenets of Culture framework. This one is Tenet Number 3, and we call it Assume Positive Intent. Now, let's be honest. That phrase sounds easy, and for some people, it is. For the rest of us, it's a discipline, because assuming positive intent goes directly against one of our most natural instincts, the instinct to protect ourselves, often by assuming the worst. That's why this tenet matters so much. You don't really learn about relationships or teams when everything's going well. You learn about them when something goes wrong. A missed deadline, a bad decision, a comment that lands the wrong way. And at that moment, you have a choice. You can assume the worst, or you can pause and choose to give the benefit of the doubt. And let's be clear, that pause is a decision. Most conflict doesn't start with bad intent. It starts with bad assumptions. And this shows up everywhere, not just at work. Think about driving. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Your first instinct is rarely, maybe they didn't see me. It's usually, this person needs to learn how to drive. And instantly, your stress spikes. Your shoulders tense. You consider retribution. Your mood shifts, sometimes for the rest of the drive. Now, imagine a different assumption. Maybe they're distracted. Maybe they're rushing to something important. Maybe their mother just never really loved them. Same behavior, completely different emotional experience for you. Assuming positive intent isn't just for the other person. It lowers your stress. It protects your mood. It keeps one moment from hijacking your entire day. Here's another example. A friend has a birthday gathering, and you're not invited. Your mind fills the blanks fast. Did I do something? Are they upset with me? Am I being pushed out? But when you assume negative intent, distance forms, even if nothing actually changed. But if you pause and assume positive intent, maybe it's just a small group. Maybe it was last minute. Maybe there's more to the story. That assumption keeps the relationship intact. It keeps curiosity alive instead of resentment. And the same thing is true at work. When someone messes up or says something that rubs you the wrong way, take 10 seconds and remind yourself of this. It's highly unlikely they woke up this morning thinking, how can I mess this up today? Who can I offend? How can I make someone else's job harder? Is it possible? Sure. Is it likely? Almost never. Once I watched two colleagues respond to the exact same mistake by a teammate. One immediately said, "Unbelievable. This is so careless." they immediately labeled the other person as uncommitted and unreliable. The other person said, okay, something must have come up or gotten miscommunicated. Let's understand it. Same mistake, very different outcomes. One response escalated tension, the other opened a conversation. And here's an important nuance. Assuming positive intent does not mean ignoring patterns. It doesn't mean tolerating repeated bad behavior. And it does not mean avoiding important conversations. There are rare situations where someone forfeits the benefit of the doubt, but those situations are far less common than we convince ourselves that they are. Here's the truth we all share. Some people screw up more than others, but everyone screws up sometimes, including you and including me for sure. And when we mess up, what do we want? Grace, context, a chance to explain. Assuming positive intent gives others what we hope to receive if the roles are reversed. And there's such a powerful upside. When you assume negative intent, you show up angry, defensive, certain that you already know the story. When you show up with positive intent, something shifts. Your curiosity goes up. Your listening improves. Your emotional intelligence rises. You stop reacting and you start understanding. So how do you actually practice this superpower? 3 simple moves. First, slow your reaction. Don't respond immediately. That first emotional story in your head is rarely the full story. Second, get curious before critical. Ask a question before making a statement. What happened? What do I know for certain? And where am I speculating? What alternate explanations could I be missing? Those types of thoughts, they can change everything. Third, separate impact from intent. Something can land poorly without being intended poorly. Address the impact without assigning motive. And if those 3 steps leave you still feeling hurt, upset, spurned, confused, here's a bonus tip that I personally use all the time. Just tell yourself a story that explains their behavior in a way that makes you feel better. Just make it up. You are allowed to do that. Let me give you a goofy example that I actually use. If someone recklessly cuts me off in traffic, I actually tell myself, wow, I bet they're mentally unhinged. I think I better just give them some space and stay on their good side. Now, I don't actually know anything about their mental state, but telling myself that story allows me to smile, feel grateful to have avoided an incident, and to keep myself and my passengers as safe as possible on the road. Okay, back to the main point. Assuming positive intent. Here's the takeaway. Assuming positive intent doesn't mean lowering standards. It means lowering unnecessary stress for you. It means protecting relationships and others. It means showing up with a level of maturity that stands out in any environment. So the next time something goes sideways, before you fire off that email, before you vent, before you assume the worst, pause and ask yourself, what if there's more to the story? That one question might save your mood, your day, and sometimes your relationships. Before we wrap up, I want to share something exciting. For the first time ever, BetterCulture has launched a virtual leadership academy, a 12-month experience for leaders and managers who are serious about expanding their leadership skills, impact, and influence. Whether you're investing in yourself or a team of managers, this program was built for you. If you're serious about building something better, this is your next step. Learn more at betterculture.com/academy.